going, guys?
It's going well. It's
I'm
going
comfortable
well.
today.
Yes,
This
we're
is
in
really very comfortable. We're
new
sitting in
setting.
style.
Yes, we are. We are in the bridal room, which is in the church, and it is also the place where the choir gets ready and other meetings happen and stuff. But we just got this furniture donated by Frank, actually, from his mom. Right? This is Natty's furniture. So
We're trying to also re-identify this room because so many groups use it. Brides use it before they get married. The choir, as Jen says, uses it to warm up. We do have a healing ministry that meets in here. And also, now that it's a little more designed for conversation, maybe our spiritual directors will be able to use it. A few of them were looking at it.
Yeah, sometimes we meet in the confessional. This will be better.
Yes.
My favorite feature, though, is this couch, which is in the bridal room. Looks like a bridal gown. So if a bride is getting like cold feet, she could just sit here very quietly and blend in and be camouflaged, and nobody will see her.
Probably they forget for the rings to bring it here.
Oh yeah, very nice. He doesn't know what to say. He's like, what?
I never know what to say with these two. Their minds work on a completely different orbit.
Yep. So let's recap. This past Sunday we had the parish picnic, and there are a lot of people we need to thank for that.
It's like the litany of the saints.
Yes. First, the youth group who ran the gift auction, everybody who donated to the gift auction, the sponsors, the Welcome Ministry, the Knights of Columbus who did all of the cooking. There were other volunteers, and of course the parishioners who came and celebrated together. Is there anybody I'm missing? Anybody you want to mention?
In a special way, I'd like to thank Peter Teselo and Pam Stengel because they kind of coordinated and they were the chairs of it. But as Jen said, there's so many people to thank.
And Jean Marinello.
And Jean
She did a lot
Marinello.
of running around.
I was surprised because I would say probably in the middle of July, it was like nothing came in. And within
like 2
a
weeks.
month.
I think it was shorter.
Maybe,
I don't know. I lost track of
probably.
time.
I think they had like 140 baskets.
There were a lot of baskets.
And that is a major fundraiser for our youth ministry here at the Co-Cathedral. So it was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful gathering. I'm just sorry that I missed it because I had my brother's anniversary. But it was nice. I got back in time to just walk through the hall and see what everyone was having fun.
Good.
And thank you, Peter, for saving me a little piece of chicken. It was delicious.
Did you get to come to the picnic at all?
No, I wasn't able because we had my niece's baptism. Then at the end, I'm helping out to organize moving furniture. I have the marks of my work here on my hand. You wanna see?
Oh, look at that! I see your wounds. That's terrible. You poor thing.
That's when you are a priest and then you have to do heavy work.
But did you die?
Just make sure they're on this side and they're not over here.
Yeah, right. If he starts getting the stigmata, I'm out.
Yes.
Okay, and this past Tuesday night we had the Diocesan Recovery Mass.
Yes.
I was, again, working this time, RCIA, so I wasn't able to be there.
It was very nice. We had about 100 people from around the diocese. And it was a very powerful Mass. It really was.
Great.
Father Bob from St. Luke's gave a very powerful homily, and it was kind of neat. I was trying to figure out why I was feeling so, but everybody there wanted to be there, and they all participated. Not like a couple of masses we had earlier in the day, Father, where they not only. It's not that they didn't want to be there; they didn't know what to do.
But
that's a whole nother issue. So it was a blessing for the beginning, for the end of the day, and it was our feast day. St. Robert Bellarmine is September 17th. So although it felt more like Ash Wednesday with all the masses, it was a great way to end our feast.
Excellent. And speaking of the other masses, religious education started back up. So we have our children of the parish back learning their faith from our wonderful volunteers. So again, thank you to those who have volunteered and are helping to teach the kids. Rainbows, which is a grief support group for children, is starting up on September 25th. I believe they meet almost weekly. There's information on our Facebook page and also in the bulletin about that. If you would like to sign a child up, it's grief of any kind, from losing a pet to divorce to whatever. They can register, and they have different age groups. So it's age appropriate, whether they're, pretty small or older kids. And then Tom Panettiere is
Yes.
speaking at the masses this weekend, correct?
Well, Wednesday,
weekend?
yes, Wednesday of next week begins 40 Days for Life. And it is 40 days have been set aside for public witness of prayer in defense of human life. And
In all its stages.
and all its stages, but focusing on what happens at Planned Parenthood, because that's where the public witness takes place. For us, it'll be Planned Parenthood's clinic in Shrewsbury. And we have Wednesday, and so Tom will be making an appeal for witnesses, for volunteers to donate an hour on each Wednesday in October over the next 40 days, 6 weeks. And he will be making that appeal this weekend at all the masses. There will be an opportunity to sign up. He's also inviting everyone to come to a mass on the 24th, Tuesday, for Mass for Life, where Bishop O'Connell will celebrate and preach as a way of beginning that process.
Okay. And then is the 28th he's selling raffle tickets?
And the following weekend, he'll be selling New Jersey
29th.
State Right to Life raffle tickets. We do it every year as a way of supporting the effort of New Jersey Right to Life and their work to engage our leaders in discussion on the importance of respecting the most vulnerable.
Okay. And October is the month of the Rosary, and October will be here before we know it. I can't even believe we're almost through September. This is
Is
ridiculous.
that your favorite month?
October?
October? No?
Well, the end of it is.
The end.
I love Halloween. It's the best.
Why am I not surprised?
But it's the Rosary Guild, right?
Yes.
Rosary Guild is going to be praying the Rosary every Tuesday at 7 p.m. in the chapel. All are welcome to join them, and God knows we need some prayers. So if you can join them and be part of that, that would be great.
Also, October 1st is the feast of St. Teresa of Lisieux.
Oh, yes.
And so at the 7 and 9 o'clock Mass, this year it's a Tuesday, there will be the Blessing of the Roses, which is a nice devotional practice.
And there's a tradition about the rose, like if you receive a rose,
Well,
what is it?
the tradition
because
is,
I don't know my saints.
yeah, you don't know your saints. Part of the problem with the younger generation.
Am I still the younger generation? I'm 44.
Well, you are to me.
Oh,
You are
okay.
to me. He's part of your generation.
We
so
are together.
I thought,
You're the generational shift.
yes, we are.
But it's when people would have a novena for a special intention to Saint Therese. It is said that when you pray to Saint Therese, if you receive a rose on her feast day, your intention will be answered. And one of my favorite stories is my brother, Father Anthony. It was the World Youth Day in Paris. And he went over with students from Immaculata High School. And at the time, he was a chaplain at Robert Wood Johnson. And he received a call that one of his young patients was dying. And he was told if he survives the night, he will live. So he called all his young people together, and he said, let us pray to St. Teresa. And so they prayed. They prayed the entire evening. The next day, one of the young girls in the group, one of the young women, had stepped out of the hotel. And when she came back, she went up to Father Anthony. She said, Father, someone gave me this rose.
Woo.
And it was on the Feast of St. Therese.
Oh, wow.
And after that, he received a phone call that the young man survived the night.
Holy moly.
And he was able to live for one more year.
Aw.
And then, of course, he died.
Aw.
But, so,
Wow.
I love the little prayer. In this hour, little flower, show your power.
Flower power.
Yes. See, there's nothing new. We had flower power long before the 60s.
Yeah. We had it in the 60s. Oh no, never mind. Okay. Like the night.
And also the masses, I think, is going to be
In church.
In church.
On
Oh,
October
okay.
1st.
On October
yes.
1st, yeah. All right. Okay, and then, Father, you have a request.
Yes, please, please, please. We are in need of hospitality ministry for the baptism preparation classes, the 4th Sunday of each month. So we have a nice program, but also we need people to help us to organize the food, the coffee, not the food, the coffee, the donuts, the little things that we offer them after the Mass. We have that class and that event at the residency, at the priest residency. So we will need like 3-4 people to help us to organize the food and to help us to organize the setting, you know, to welcome the young couple. So we are in need of that. So we are open to say, hey, I want to be there. I want to help.
You know who's great at that? Grandmas.
Grandma?
You should get an army of grandmas to help get
That would
the
be good.
refreshments.
That would be
and
nice.
then they can be on a rotation. They don't have to do it every single month.
Yes,
Grandmas, come on, we need you.
yes,
You can
absolutely.
bake, you can make coffee, you can feed young mothers.
Yes, that would be nice because we have a mixed generations there. That would be
Yeah.
that's a nice idea.
And every now and then, one of the moms brings their little baby who's about to be baptized.
Oh, and they
and
can
it
hold
could-
them.
And some of the team couples have volunteered willingly to hold those little babies. And
Grandmas can do that too.
grandmas
And grandpas.
grandmas, and it's not it's not a lot of setup. I think the first 2 months, basically, you brought in coffee from Dunkin' Donuts, you know, the box of Joe, and just a little something, because for the families.
Absolutely. Yes. That's good.
Is that
Anything
it?
else? That's all I got.
Yes, please, and call the office if you would like to volunteer for this beautiful ministry.
Who should they ask for? You?
For me, yes, for
Okay.
Father Arian, me.
Him. Not to be confused with any other Father Arian.
No.
That one.
Okay.
Are you calling it?
See what happens when we're sitting in a comfortable environment, you know?
Or in
go.
our chairs or
You
on
know,
stools
we
or
have-
wherever.
It's like, excuse me while I just veg out over here. But have a good weekend. God bless.
God bless.